morning. It's great to be here at the Rising with the Rising audience. Really privileged here to be part of this conversation that I'm going to do today about leadership in the age of Gen AI. Yeah, interesting topic. Gen AI, everybody's talking about it, and everybody's finding its way how to navigate about it, right, at every level. So let's talk about it, right? And I would want to make it a little bit interactive as much as I can. Yeah. So first, when ChatGPT came a few months back, I'm sure all of you would have tried, right? Nobody in this audience, would say that I haven't tried. Then at the next level, you would have also tried to break it. Yes or no? That no, it doesn't work. A show of hands. Who tried to break it? No. Yeah? So you all accepted, yes, it's going to be magical. That's great. That's great. I wasn't that, right? I thought, no, let me try to break it. It can't be that transformational. So I took 3 steps, right? I, tested it, right? I tried it, not tested it. I tried it. I tried to break it before I went into the acceptance phase. Wow, this is transformational. Holy gracious. That's the state I am in. And I'm happy that you didn't show the hands. So that means you are also in that state, right? This is very, very transformational. Yeah, that's great. Now let's talk about it. So let's talk through the history a little bit. Is this the first time this kind of transformation? Maybe, and maybe not. Let's rewind. Vidya in her keynote said that she started her career 30 years back when there was no internet. So she has seen the internet transformation. She's been through the journey, and some of you in the audience have been, and some of you have, from the day one, you had the information transmission happening seamlessly. So what happened, these close to, 40 years back or 35 years back, internet came, transformed. What is the key transformation did internet bring? It made the cost of information transmission absolutely zero. That was the biggest transformation with internet. And how did it transform the world? When the cost of information transmission became zero, then the birth of Google, Facebook, right? And then the birth of Amazon, the e-commerce. That was the transformation that was happening. Now, when all this happened, the scalability, and that led to the birth of the cloud. So we've seen that how internet actually transformed, right? It was revolutionary. And we are seeing another such revolution. We are seeing another such revolution with AI. But this revolution is way, way more different. That was revolutionary, and this is again revolutionary. How that is? Let's understand what has changed. Let's understand how the mindset needs to be different this time. But I'll still rewind a little bit of the history. Now, when internet came and when the cost of information transmission became zero, what we were doing, what the organizations were doing, what we were doing for our clients, we were helping them reimagine their business processes. It was all about business process re-engineering for them. Think different about your business process. Yeah. And we focused on people at the center, user at the center. User-centric design was the key for the digital transformation because it was human-to-screen interactions, right? And hence, people at the core. Yeah. And everybody loved it. Everybody loved it. We gave instructions, things happened. Human at the center, humans were happy. We are happy. But then AI started changing the game further. And that change was all about human to algorithm interactions. So human to screen interactions changed to human to algorithm interactions. Your day starts with that, and your day ends with that. The time you step into your car to go to the office, the first thing is that you turn your Google Maps on to find the right route, where there is traffic, where there is no traffic, which way to go, human to algorithm interaction. That's how your day starts. We are living it every second of our life. Our Spotify experience, our Netflix experience, everything is human to algorithm interaction. Yeah? So AI started changing the game, completely changing the game. We end our day, I mean, a lot of us, watch something before we go to the sleep, all right? So we start our day with human to algorithm, we end our day with human to algorithm. But then what GenAI will do? That's what AI did, right? Google is there, Netflix is there, Spotify is there for quite some time. But how this GenAI is further going to change? What is going to be the further, transformation? And the transformation that is going to be from human to screen to human to algorithm or human to AI to an ecosystem of humans and machines. That is going to be the change now. So it's not just going to be the human-to-machine interactions, there are going to be machine-to-machine interactions as well. Few years down the line, you're not going to shop for yourself. Your machine buddy is going to do that shopping for yourself, which you will absolutely, absolutely love. It's going to style for you. Absolutely making you look gorgeous. That's what machine is going to do. So the ecosystem is going to change further. Ecosystem is going to be human, AI, human, machine, 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 human again. That is going to be the change. And how easy is that change going to be? Super easy. Because it is all going to be conversational. It is all going to be dialogues. It is all going to be just having simple, conversations. Yeah? That's what the GenAI is going to do. So what you need to do next is design for dialogues. So dialogue design is going to be the key, which we are calling as prompt engineering. Now, what would it mean for all of us? All of the people here, all of the people who are not in the workforce as well, sitting at home. It is for everybody. So it is not going to be a mere tool now. It is going to be your assistant, your co-worker, your buddy. That's the change that you need to understand now. So you have to move away from that tool and technology mindset. And you have to make this a partner. That is going to be the mindset shift. That is going to be the AI first shift. Making it a partner, identifying where humans have to do and where AI has to do. Identifying. So break your task. Break your task into different domains. Based on the domain, identify who is the most competent in that context. Is human most competent in that context? Or AI most competent in that concept? Many of you would be project managers. Think of a different life, right? You start, you do your scrums, you look into Jira, you look into Azure DevOps, and you talk about different stories. Okay, this person is going to do this person is going to do this. And maybe there is going to be the AI is going to do this. That's how the change is going to be. So make it a partner. One thing is very clear, AI is not going to replace humans, but humans with AI are going to replace humans without AI. So be the human with AI as your partner. Make sense? Now, what it means. Sounds really exciting, sounds good, but how to go about it? So all the organizations have started this journey. I'm sure all the partners here have started this journey. Some are ahead, some are, trying to be there where they want to be, but everyone has their vision very clear. But what it means for all of us, be it the senior leaders, be it the executives, be it the middle management, be it, the project leads, the PMs, and be it any knowledge worker, Or I would say, as I say, GenAI is for everyone. It's for my mom too. It's for my dad too, right? It's for my 3-year-old, nephew or niece too. Yeah? So this is for everybody. But how do we go about it? How leaders are navigating this change? I'm going to share, and some of these experiences are definitely based on, how the organization, my organization, Publicis Sapient, is doing. And I'm really proud of the journey that we have taken, and I'm going to share some experiences here. So there are 4 key imperatives. There are 4 key imperatives. First is everybody needs to embrace this change. Accept it. And we'll talk about it, how to go about it, right? Just, in few seconds, we'll talk about it. We have to establish a lot of governance. And this is what, I think, everybody understands we need to embrace. What I would also talk about it, what embracing means, how it needs to be governed. Embracing and also having commitment for the ethical use. And how do I identify what is ethical, what is responsible? That is important. That is one key thing to navigate. And then we have to empower everybody. These are the 4 key imperatives, and absolutely, absolutely necessary. I just say that the organizations who have, not started on this, they'll start soon, right? And the only advantage that they would have is some would have figured it out, so their cost of navigation would be a little low, yeah? So let's talk about embracing the change. As I said, it is for everybody. Everybody has to join this dance with AI, yeah? Now, what you need to do here is, as I said, consider AI as your partner. Do we humans make mistakes? We do. Do humans have biases? We do. So does AI. What we do to correct our biases? We put checks and balances, right? We take a step back. We retrospect, right? The same thing that you need to do is critically review what AI output is. That is, again, you need to accept. All I'm saying is the mindset shift here. And everybody has to road test AI. Everybody needs to have those sandbox environments where you can test. And why I'm talking about the sandbox environment as I talk about the governance, that will get more and more clearer. So this is what is required. So identify what all use cases I can leverage AI for. It is important. Have that in your mind every time. Then test out, experiment, learn from your prompts. Iterate upon your prompts. Critically review the results. I want to share that all the images that you see in my PPT are all done by Midjourney or DALL-E. And it's not that my design team hasn't helped. It's not that humans have not helped. They have critically reviewed, when I gave them my idea, my slide deck, to do that, designing with respect to the branding that we want, we have for Publicis Sapient, the prompts that I shared helped them understand what I want to convey. And they reiterated on it to give me what I want to present you today. So it's again human-AI interaction. That's how I have leveraged AI. Everybody, whether an executive, a leader, or any knowledge worker in the organization or at home, universities are coming up with, lot of do's and don'ts. There are students researching how they can use ChatGPT for their research, right? How they can use it for the content, how they can summarize, create an abstract, how they can actually summarize the various references that they used. That gives them the first draft, but then the guardrails are in place. The critical review of result, right? Those kind of matrices are in place which students need to go through. So everybody is in this journey. Don't just think that you are in the workforce, hence you have to embrace it. You have to embrace it anyways. Yeah? Now, what does embracing mean in context of a professional world? In professional world, in professional setting, what does having AI means today? So when we were working on just the predictive kind of models, right, it was more simple rules and, the results were coming. It was more, simple kind of an algorithm set on, based on rules. Pretty much everything is known. Your decision process is known. How the output came out is known. There was no need for governance. As soon as we started moving from predictive to more and more probabilistic, that's where assumptions started to come in. That's where ensuring the data that was used, was it biased? Was it of the right quality? Is it actual representation of what we want to do? All those questions started coming in. But would that mean that AI should not be used? Absolutely, absolutely not. That means you need lots of governance. You need to think through what is my training data set quality. How about the security of my training data sets? Who is going to be accountable for the output? If the output is correct or if the output is not correct. Either you are developing a product for your organization or you are developing an AI product for any of your client. What if the output is not in line with what is expected? Where the accountability stands, where the ownership stands. These are the key questions that organizations need to solve for. And if you have answers to these questions within your organizations, good. If not, please talk to your leaders. Ask them about it. Do not restrict yourself from using AI because, it can hallucinate or it can, be of bias. No. Ask for those guardrails. Ask for that, how do I make it, how do I ensure the quality of the training data sets? What I need to look into? Ask for that. And what it means asking for that? Asking for that means that organizations are developing and have to develop an AI use policy, the ethical and the responsible AI use policy, to establish that accountability, to ensure data security, to ensure data transparency, or transparency and security protection, lot of things that needs to, what can be transparent, what cannot be transparent, to whom it can be transparent, to whom it cannot be transparent. AI transparency. All those things are important and they need to be covered as part of the ethical and the responsible use policy. So all of us need to embrace AI and committed to the responsible and the ethical use. How many of you are aware of the Air Canada chatbot refund policy incident that happened recently? I think in February. So Air Canada had put this chatbot on their website, and one of the employee, had an unfortunate incident in the family. There was a, bereavement and wanted to understand what's the bereavement refund policy. So the chatbot gave a reply that, within 90 days you can refund. The person booked the tickets and put, the claim for the refund of the tickets. It got rejected because that policy was not there. So some hallucination happened. So who is responsible? The person, the chatbot was on the website. Chatbot is an information partner of AI Canada. Air Canada had to honor it. So all these things can be resolved having the right ethical AI use policy in place. Few days back, I think a couple of weeks back, actually, EU came up with its first AI Act. That's the first AI Act that has come out. I think in April it will go through further, discussions and would go out. But most of it, EU Parliament kind of, signed it. It's a big news. It's going to be a journey. The countries are identifying the regulations. The organizations are identifying the regulations. But this is the journey that everybody needs to actually tread on. So it is very, very important that you understand the ethical and responsible use, about the data protection, about the AI transparency, what data it was trained on, what model was used, how the biases were removed, how did you address for that, and who is accountable for the output. What is going to be my, for the lack of better words, the statement of limited liability if I'm doing it for others. So you need to understand that. Don't get scared. Please don't get scared. Yeah, that doesn't mean that, we don't use AI. That is understanding how we better use AI, how we empower ourselves and how we empower our teams. That is very much important. As I said, don't scare yourself. The first thing that we need to do is we need to humanize the onset of AI. There is a lot of techno stress. It's going to take this job, that job. Will I be relevant? That stress needs to go away. Humans are not going to get replaced by AI. As I said, humans with AI are going to replace humans without AI. So be human with AI. Embrace it. Have an open dialogue within your organizations. What can I do? What I cannot do? If there is any stress, any anxiety, share it. All the organizations are going through this journey. So the first and important thing, for leaders in the room, I would say demystify it for your people. Educate them how you can partner with AI. And as I said, it is so easy. It is conversational now. Now, another key thing is when I say educate, demystify, or make people aware, What does it mean? AI is for everyone, but everyone's job is unique. Yeah? So how can the education be same for everybody? It cannot be. So the skill development has to be tailored. It has to be really tailored. Every knowledge worker in your organization needs to go through GenAI 101 to understand what is difference between the AI versus GenAI, what prompt engineering is all about, what is the ethical use. These are the 101 aspects. Everybody needs to understand that. Every knowledge worker, be it your HR teams, be it your L&D teams, be it your finance teams, be it your engineering teams. That is the basic one. But then you need to tailor it for different roles. At Publicis Sapient, I'm proud to say that we have a specific training for product managers. How to think about the use cases. So we have a separate training for our software engineers. We have separate training for our every knowledge worker. It has to be different. Not everyone's job is same. This is for everybody. Please cater to everybody. Another thing is, how do you help? How do you, there is a lot about data security. There is a lot about data protection. What you can put in ChatGPT, what you cannot put in ChatGPT. What about your prompts? Are prompts going to be your IP? What should be the IP and what is for the larger good should be shared also. At the end, it's all about humanity as well. We all have a larger goal. So where it should be the IP, where it should not be the IP. How to go about it. How to enable people. So that is where the sandbox environments come in place. That's where your guardrails come in place. For example, at Publicis Sapient, we have PS Chat. In no time, we came up with PS Chat and we opened it to everybody. So that everybody can try their hands. Because that you can use this, but you cannot use ChatGPT. And it was on ChatGPT 3.5. The underlying model was ChatGPT 3.5. So those are the sandbox environment. Those are the enablers that organizations need to look into. The co-pilots. But with the co-pilots, provide the coding templates that you want. So help your developers understand what is expected in terms of code quality. What kind of templates it needs to use. What are acceptable to you. And again, for that, do you need to create another sandbox? Yes. Those are some of the things which are important. I think many of our organizations have a good partner ecosystem, right? All of us, be it, in the product industry, be it in the service industry. We are partnering with the Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Databricks, Snowflake, right? You name it, and the product partners are there. How the product partner ecosystem is evolving, what you have from them. I think it is important that you start telling your people about that. So that's the enablers that everybody needs to provide within the organization. As well as, please allow people to test, experiment, foster innovation. I'll share one example. Very proud of this work that we recently did. This is, in partnership with Marriott, which is their homes and villas, unit of Marriott, where we have enabled the AI-based search. And that is all conversational. And the users are given an option. You want to go with the traditional search or you want to go with the AI-based search. And that search is, what kind of vacation I want for my family. What kind of activities I want to do. It is more contextual. It is more conversational. It is not just based on certain widgets, which is all about, what are the dates, what is the price that you are looking at, the 3-star or the 5-star. No, not like that. It is more about experiences. And from where this idea came, it came from one of the associates in the account. And the leadership was very much acceptive of the idea, did a quick POC, showed it to Marriott, and the search is live. So please foster innovation. Encourage people to come up with the use cases. That's what I want to say. Embrace the change, everybody, but be committed to the responsible use. Be curious, keep innovating. That's what humans are for. So do that. And AI is for everybody. Please join hands with AI. Thank you.